Let's discuss about sp hybridization. In sp hybridization, there is one s orbital, one p orbital. They undergo mixing to form two new sp hybrid orbitals, which arrange them at an angle of 180 degree. This arrangement is known as linear arrangement. Let's see the formation of BeF2 molecule. In this beryllium atomic number 4, the electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, and we can write here like this, represent like this. This is the ground state. The inner electrons do not participate, so we do not mention here. We take 2s2 and 2p. In the excited state, one electron is promoted to the 2p orbital. This is to account for the divalency of beryllium. Now these sp orbitals, they mix together to form two new sp hybrid orbitals for beryllium, which arrange themselves at an angle of 180 degree. Now these two sp hybrid orbitals, they overlap with the 2p orbitals of fluorine to form BeF bond. So BeF2 is a linear molecule with a bond angle of 180 degree. Now we come to the sp2 hybridization. In sp2 hybridization, there is one s and two p orbitals which undergo mixing. These three orbitals, they on mixing form three hybrid orbitals and these three hybrid orbitals, they arrange themselves at an angle of 120 degree, right? So this arrangement is known as trigonal planar arrangement, or the geometry is known as trigonal planar geometry, okay, in which the angle is 120 degree. So these three hybrid orbital arrange themselves at an angle of 120 degree. Let's see the shape of BCl3 molecule. Boron has atomic number 5. Its electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p1. The inner electrons do not participate, so we'll take 2s2, 2p, and in the excited state, one of the electron shifts from s to p orbital. Now these three orbitals, they undergo mixing to form three sp2 hybrid orbitals, which arrange themselves at an angle of 120 degree. Now these three sp2 hybrid orbitals, they overlap with the 2p orbitals of chlorine to form three BCl bonds. Thus BCl3 has trigonal planar geometry, and the angle is angle chlorine boron chlorine angle is 120 degree. Now let us understand about sp3 hybridization, in which 1s and 3p orbitals, they undergo mixing to form four new sp3 hybrid orbitals, in which arrange themselves at an angle of 109.5 degree. Let's take the example of methane molecule here. Now carbon having atomic number 6 has electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p2. So we'll write 2s and 2p. This is the ground state, and to account for the tetravalency of carbon, one of the electron shift from 2s to 2p. Now these four orbitals, they undergo mixing to form four new sp3 hybrid orbitals, right? So four sp3 hybrid orbitals are formed. These orbitals, they overlap with the 1s orbital of hydrogen to form four carbon hydrogen bond, and this molecule thus has tetrahedral geometry with each carbon hydrogen bond angle of 109.5 degree. Ammonia molecule. The electronic configuration of nitrogen is 1s2, 2s2, 2p3. It has three unpaired electrons in its ground state. Now we see the ground state here, right? Now there are three unpaired electrons. As nitrogen is to form bonds with only three hydrogen, so there is no need of any promotion of electron. Now these four orbitals, they undergo mixing to form four new hybrid orbitals, in which one of the hybrid orbital will be occupied by the lone pair. Now this is a tetrahedral arrangement, and the presence of this is a lone pair that decreases the angle from 109.5 to 107 degree. We call this shape as a pyramidal shape. This is because the lone pair bond pair repulsions, they are greater than the bond pair repulsions, so the angle decreases to 107 degree. Now we studied the formation of water molecule. In water molecule, the oxygen has electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p4. Now we see here that as oxygen is to form bonds with only 2 hydrogen, so again there is no need of any promotion. These 4 orbitals, they undergo mixing and to form 4 new hybrid orbitals, and in which these 2 hybrid orbitals will be containing the lone pairs. The presence of these lone pair shortens the angle further to 104.5 degree, again because of lone pair bond pair repulsions, which are greater than the bond pair repulsions, right? So the geometry should have been tetrahedral, but because of the presence of these lone pairs, the water molecule is having a V shape or angular shape, or we can also call it a bent shape. Let's understand the formation of ethane molecule. In ethane molecule, each carbon is sp3 hybridized, right? So one of the sp3 hybrid orbital of each carbon forms a sigma bond with the sp3 hybrid orbital of the other carbon. The remaining 3 sp3 hybrid orbitals, they form bond with 1s orbital of hydrogen. As a result of this, there is a formation of ethane molecule in which the carbon-carbon bond length is 154 picometer. Now let's understand the formation of ethene molecule. In ethene molecule, each carbon is sp2 hybridized. Now we have in sp2 hybridization, we have 3 sp2 hybrid orbitals which arrange themselves at an angle of 120 degree. Now we see here that there are 3 sp2 hybrid orbitals. One of the sp2 hybrid orbital forms a sigma bond with the sp2 hybrid orbital of the other carbon, and the remaining 2 sp2 hybrid orbitals, they overlap with 1s orbital of hydrogen. The one of the p orbital which was left unhybridized, it forms the pi bond. So this is the p orbital which was left unhybridized. This is for this carbon, and this p orbital for this carbon, they overlap to form the pi bond. As a result of this, the structure of ethene has 1 sigma and 1 pi bond between the carbon atoms, right? Now the bond length is 134 picometers. Okay, so ethene is an example of unsaturated molecule. Okay, now we come to the sp hybridization or the diagonal hybridization or the linear hybridization. We take the example of ethyne molecule. In ethyne, each carbon is sp hybridized. Now one of the as there are 2 sp hybrid orbitals, so one of the sp hybrid orbital form bond with the sp hybrid orbital of the other carbon. So this is a sigma bond. The other sp hybrid orbital form bond with the hydrogen atom. So there are 2 p orbitals which are left unhybridized and they form bond with among themselves. So there are 2 pi bonds in ethyne molecule. So we can write like this, that these are the 2 pi bonds and this is the sigma bond. Okay, so this is the structure of ethyne molecule. Fine. So in ethane there is sp3 hybridization, in ethene there is sp2 hybridization, and in ethyne there is sp hybridization. Let us now understand the formation of PCl5 molecule, which involves sp3d hybridization. In this, phosphorus, this is the ground state of phosphorus, and in the excited state the electron jumps from the s orbital to the 3d orbital. Now these 5 orbitals, they undergo mixing to form sp3d hybrid orbitals which adopt trigonal bipyramidal geometry. These the sp3d hybrid orbitals, they overlap with the 3p orbitals of chlorine to form 5 PCl bonds, and we can see the geometry here, trigonal bipyramidal geometry, right? Now in this there are axial bonds and equatorial bonds. Axial bonds are longer than the equatorial bonds, okay, because they suffer greater repulsion. The axial bonds are at an angle of 90 degree and the equatorial bonds, they are at an angle of 120 degree, right? So we come to now the formation of SF6 molecule, which has sp3d2 hybridization. In this sulfur, we see the ground state of sulfur. The electrons, they jump from s and p orbital to the d orbitals. Now these 6 orbitals, they undergo hybridization to form sp3d2 hybrid orbitals. These sp3d2 hybrid orbitals overlap with the 2p orbitals of fluorine to form 6 SF bond, which adopt the octahedral geometry. We can see here the octahedral geometry of SF6. Thus, PCl5 has sp3d hybridization and SF6 has sp3d2 hybridization.